Hi everyone! I thought I'd start off this year by introducing you to some of my pets that I've been keeping pretty quiet on YouTube. I've not shown you them before, so I thought it was about time that I did. So I go to university, as a lot of you know, and when at university my housemate decided we should get some fish. So we got two fish. We got Arthur, who is that bluey, black and orange one, and George, who's above him, the white and red one. But to be honest, at first I didn't really want fish because we didn't have a suitable tank for the fish. We had a tiny little fish bowl, which to be honest was really cruel, but she did really want some fish, so we did end up getting two fish. And so that's where Arthur and George came from. Now I felt really sorry for them in this fish bowl because it really wasn't suitable. So I bought them a little plastic tank, the biggest that I could find and afford that could be sent to me, which wasn't too expensive. So I got a tank, but it still wasn't really big enough. It was 12 litres and it did the fish okay. They were in that for about a year, which I did feel very sorry for them because it just wasn't big enough, but they weren't my fish, and I knew that if I bought them a bigger tank, that when eventually the time came to the fish going home with my housemate, they'd have to downgrade back into a smaller one. So I didn't think it would be fair to upgrade them for them just to have to downgrade again. So we stuck it out with this plastic tank, but eventually I started worrying about the fish's welfare, of course. After speaking to my friend, she decided that I could actually keep Arthur and George. So I was really happy about that because it meant that I could buy them a bigger tank much quicker and it'd be fine because they'd come home with me, they wouldn't have to downgrade. So the fish came home with me this Christmas and I decided to get them a bigger tank there and then. So I searched like for sale sites online because I didn't really want to buy one brand new because they are expensive fish tanks. I found this one. It's 45 litres and it's a pretty decent size. It's much bigger than what the fish previously had and we got it for such a bargain. A lady was selling it nearby for £35 and that included the tank, the filter, that like bubble thing at the back, all these pebbles, the stone bridge, that weird thing there, that ornament at the back. So I was like, it's such a good bargain. She also had a heater, but we don't need a heater for these fish, but we've got that as well. So yeah, we ended up getting a bigger tank for Arthur and George and they love it. They're so happy now. They love swimming in the bubbles. They just seem so much more active now, whereas before they never really moved much. So now that we've got this bigger tank, they're much happier. They swim around a lot more and it's just really good. Anyway, you probably noticed there's actually another 4 fish in this tank, and that is because we decided to get them some friends because the tank was then big enough to get more fish. So we thought, why not? So I'm currently at home, the fish are at my house. I'm not sure if they're going to be coming back to uni with me because the tank is quite hard to maintain and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it all the way back to uni. But anyway, the new 4 fish, I'll show you them. We've got the yellow platy at the back. He's just hiding. My dad has named him Flame because he thinks that he looks like a flame with him being 2 different colours. I did have some other names picked out, but he just changed them all and wanted to name them something that he could easily remember going off what they looked like. So that's Flame. We've also got this cutie who we've called Goldie. He's so adorable. He's tiny. He's the bright orange one. And then we've got 2 Danios, and they're called Spotty and Stripey, pretty much because one's spotty and one's stripey. So that's them. They do chase each other a lot, so I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And we may have to get another Danio just to try and stop the constant chasing. But yeah, so that's them. So that is the tank. I'm thinking of maybe getting like some kind of snail or something, just because it does get dirty at the sides no matter how much we're cleaning it. So I think maybe like some kind of snail to like eat away at the algae or whatever that is would just really help. So maybe getting a snail or something. We have this new pump thing that like put it in the pebbles and it sucks out all the dirt and the poo and everything. So we're trying to keep on top of that. It is quite hard to maintain this tank, to be honest, but it is much better than their previous one because that was just too small. When we did have the previous tank, I bought them this live plant because I decided that they needed a live one. I might get some more plants though because it's just a bit bare at the minute. I also bought them that SpongeBob house. My housemate already had the little Patrick star, so he's in there. And my housemate also bought them that plastic plant. But yeah, so that is our current setup with Arthur, George, Spotty, Stripey, Flame and Goldie. So yeah, those are my fish. It's a really cool tank. It's got this light at the top. It's very bright, but you can just open it up to feed them, but when you clean them out, the whole lid does come off. But yeah, so that's my fish. Actually, I will show you them. I think they need their filter changing actually, because it is getting a bit dirty. But they seem pretty happy and lively, and it's just really good to see Arthur and George happy, because the previous tank wasn't ideal, and it's just so much better for them now. So yeah, those are my fish. I hope you like them, and I'm gonna go now. Bye bye.